Hey there! Happy Sunday! It's Kathy. Welcome to Inktober. Welcome to Sunday live stream. I hope you're doing great, and I hope that you had a great day yesterday, whatever you did. I went to the No Kings rally, and oops, okay, you can hear me. I can hear you. I went to the No Kings rally in Boston. And I have to tell you, I have never, in all my years of living here, ever seen that many people, ever, in Boston, in the Common. That was cool. It was cool. It was good. Good day. Good day. And then I went to go see a movie. I saw a movie, Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie, and it was very good. I would recommend it. A thumbs up from me. So it's a long one though. It's about 2.5 hours, so be prepared. Cheers. Cheers. Let's do the internet thing. Let me tap my nails. This is what I've been drinking. Guatemala single source from Square One Coffee. I think they're in Pennsylvania. Anyway, they make fabulous coffee, so enjoy. I will enjoy. I'm going to be drinking that coffee during our entire live, and today we're doing Sophia Lee. And I must confess, I did not prepare by reading her Wikipedia. I have some idea quotes on my posts page, which I do believe I got from here, Quotations by Women, which is a website that is great. If you've been here before, you've heard me mention Quotations by Women, which is an awesome quote website. If you like to draw quotes, if you like to do hand-lettered quotes, and you like to look up some of your favorite women authors or speakers or celebrities or whoever, great website. Ads, because you're not going to find some of these people you're not going to find elsewhere, like on Brainy Quotes and things like that. Cheers. So I love it. They don't have everybody, but they have a lot of people that you might not find. So Sophia Lee, English novelist and playwright from 1750 to 1824. Here are some of her quotes. I have some on my posts page. Hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived. I like that one. Let us respect even error when it has its source in virtue. Yeah. That's a contender, but it's probably on my B list, really. Benevolence, like religion, awes even those it cannot win. Cheers. I love the word benevolence. Something about the word benevolence, I really like it. It's like it feels spooky to me as a word, and it looks spooky. But it means something different. Anyway, avarice is really the vice of youth. I actually Googled avarice yesterday. It means just like all out greed at the cost of everything. So avarice is really the vice of youth. Tell Taylor Swift that. How are we born to invent our own miseries? And every time I look at this one, I keep thinking that says mini-series. I don't know why. Yes, I do know why. Because it's spelled the same, except there's an N and an I added in miniseries. That was it. Kind of a joke. I do like her music. Kind of not, because she's one of the wealthiest women in the world. And probably the wealthiest musician. Anyway. Okay. Can mortal prayers ensure immortal happiness? Society. All right, so I think I like this one. Hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived because... I will tell you why. Because one of the things I'm looking for when I'm doing a quote is it pulling up any visuals for me? And I mean, this one, I have a visual. I have a fire, a match, campfire, some sort of fire works for that. And it works across the board. Like, it's a very open-ended, very basic, very general quote. So I do like that one. I'm going to do this so I can go back to it. And we're going to read a little bit about Sophia Lee. So let's do it. Sophia Lee, do I have you on my tabs? Yeah. Okay, great. You know what else I think? Oh, I don't know how to do this. If somebody knows, how do you get, like, these pop up sometimes, these little, I'm in Safari, and sometimes I get these little tiny Safari windows on the bottom, and sometimes I don't. I don't know how to get them. Like, I don't know how to, they're here, and I want them here, but I don't know how to say, hey, little tabs, wake up and be on my screen. So I'm going to look up Sophia Lee just real quick because I like to look up the person's name and Gothic and see what comes up, or Gothic writing, because it helps narrow why we're here with the person. Okay, The Recess. Sophia Lee, that's her novel. One of her novels, is one of the founding writers in the Gothic movement, and that newness and experimentation shows here in the rawness of her writing. That's for her book, The Recess. There are other Sophia Lees in the world that are famous, so be careful when you're looking, that you might get somebody else. Like, as in here, what happened to Sophia Lee? Things went drastically wrong when an air conditioning unit blasted a burst of air towards the star, causing a fireball to engulf her face and chest. Whoa. That's... Oh, Love Island, Sophia Lee, burn, cause, and treatment explained. Okay, so that's not the Sophia Lee that we want, but let's go to Sophia Lee Wikipedia. All right. Let us do a little bit of reading. Here is she. There she is. Miss Sophia Lee. Cheers. Let's do this. All right. Sophia Lee, 1750 to 13 March 1824. For some reason, they didn't put her month and day of her birth, but she was born in 1750 and she lived to 1824. So that, like, 74 years. She was a formative writer of Gothic fiction, English novelist, dramatist, and educator. Life and literary production. She was the daughter of John Lee, died 1781, actor and theatrical manager, and was born in London. Her first piece, The Chapter of Accidents, a 3-act drama based on Denis Diderot's La Père Famille, was produced by George Colman the Elder at the Haymarket Theatre on 5 August 1780 and was an immediate success. Good for her. When her father died in 1781, Lee spent the proceeds of the play on establishing a school at Bath, where she made a home for her sisters, Anne and Harriet. Her novel, The Recess, or A Tale of Other Times, 1783 to 1785, was a historical romance. The Recess, set in the Elizabethan times, revolves around 2 fictional daughters of Mary, Queen of Scots. I wish they told us more about this. Okay, they're going to move down. They're going to tell us more in a minute. Lee also wrote the play Almeida, Queen of Granada, 1796, a long tragedy in blank verse, which opened at Drury Lane on 20 April 1796, but ran for only 5 nights. So maybe it wasn't very successful. That's what I'm thinking. Hold on one sec. I'm just going to grab my little marble to help me to angle the page a little bit here so we can see better. Okay, let's see if that does it. Okay, where are we? Okay. The Recess can also be regarded as a formative work of the original Gothic, echoing and predating themes from other contemporary Gothic writers. It was so popular that a spin-off novelette appeared in 1820, Rose Douglas, or The Court of Elizabeth. William Hazlitt might consider it dismal, quote-unquote, by comparison with the work of Anne Radcliffe, we did a few days ago, but its influence both on the Gothic school of the Minerva Press and, let's look up, I want to see what the Minerva Press is. I bet it's a magazine. Oh, it's a publishing house notable for creating lucrative market and sentimental and Gothic fiction, active in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Okay. All right. That's all we needed to know. Where were we? Okay. Just a minute. Okay. I lost my place. All right. William Hazlitt might consider it quote-unquote dismal by comparison with the works of Anne Radcliffe, but its influence both on the Gothic school of the Minerva Press and on figures like Walter Scott is nonetheless clear. Walter Scott was I think he was another writer of the time. But its influence on both, hold on, I got to roll that around for a second. But its influence on both the Gothic school of the Minerva Press and on figures like Walter Scott. Let's just, for the sake of knowledge, Sir Walter Scott, 1st Baronet, 15 August 1771, 21 September 1832, was a Scottish novelist, poet, and historian. Okay, yeah, he's the Ivanhoe guy. Okay, hold on. Backing up. All right. Let's see. Do we have any drama? Sophia, do we have some drama? Okay. And figures, but its influence on the Gothic school of the Minerva Press and on figures like Walter Scott is nonetheless clear. So she inspired him, and she inspired the Minerva Press. From this work, Italian writer Carlo Federici wrote the play Il Paggio di Leicester, in parentheses, Leicester's page, and in turn, that became the source of Elisabetta Regina Dingelterra, Elizabeth, in parentheses, Elizabeth, Queen of England. Cheers. Excuse my gulp. The 1812 opera by, let's see if I can do this, Gioacchino Rossini, the libretto of which was written by Giovanni Schmidt. Sophia also contributed 2 tales to the collection of Canterbury Tales written by her sister Harriet Lee between 1797 and 1805. Other works included The Life of a Lover, 1804, and Ormond, or The Debauchee, 1810. She died at her house near Clifton, Bristol on 13 March 1824. In 1803, Sophia gave up the management of the girls' school in Bath. She spent her remaining years in seclusion and settled in Clifton, near Bristol, in 1812, where she died on March 13th, 1824, at the age of 73. Charlotte von Steen used the novel The Two Emilies as a model for her drama Die's Way, Emmeline. Let's look at who Charlotte von Steen is. I want to connect the dots on all these people, because I don't, that's how you learn, right? Charlotte Albertine Ernestine von Steen. That's a long name. Charlotte Albertine Ernestine von Steen. She was born 1742 Christmas Day, and she died in 1827, January 6th. Was a German lady-in-waiting at the court in Weimar and a close friend to both Friedrich Schiller and Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, whose work and life were influenced by her. That's okay. She's a little bit of a dead end for me. I don't see the connection, so I'm gonna hang that up. Just getting myself organize here so I can see the screen. And let's draw. Hold on. All right. I would love to like listen to some of her writing or something like that while we draw. Let me quickly go to LibriVox and see if they have anything. And if they do, we can listen while I draw here, but I don't know because I might be talking through, you know? Let's see. Let's just get prepared a little bit here. Just in case they have something, and just in case we have some downtime in the talking realm. Lee. Sophia Lee. The Recess. Victor Hugo. H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, there's some books that are like compendiums, but I'm not seeing anything specific. Let's just move on. All right, so we have this quote. No, that's Google. Here's our quote. Okay, wake up. There we go. Okay, we have some quotes by Sophia Lee here. And oh, wait a minute. I just screenshotted one. Oh, hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived. Okay. So hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived. And then we have these. I know I said I was going to use the other one, and I might, but I just want to look these over real quick. Let us respect even error when it has its source in virtue. Avarice is rarely the vice of youth. How are we are born to invent our own miseries, our own miniseries. Benevolence, like religion, Oz, even those it cannot win. I like that one. I do like that one, but I don't know that I agree with it. So cheers. So maybe I don't do that one for this. I don't know that I agree with this one either. Avarice is really the vice of youth. So I don't know. Hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Here's what we did yesterday. We were all reptiles, miserable, sinful creatures. And this was Clara Reeve. I just turned the light up, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Okay, let's get going here. Hold on, I just want to listen and see if I can make sure that you can hear me. Just a little bit. Okay, let's get going here. Hold on, I just want to listen and see if I can make sure that... Okay, hold on. I'm going to pop the music up a teeny bit because it sounds a little low to me. I've sort of been fidgeting with it a bit, so maybe that's a little better. Let's see. Maybe that's a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I do think that's better. I need to change my playlist. I have a few playlists, but I have a few playlists that I put together, but I use them over and over and over. So this is what happens when you live stream every day, right? Cheers. Okay, we're gonna just go in rough today. Hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived. I'm going to, I think, first of all, I'm going to keep in mind that I have a little head to the right of your screen. And I do not want to block you out. This is what I mean by things getting quiet. Exactly what I mean. 1 minute I'm talking and the next I'm not, so I just want to make sure that you're well taken care of, you know? Hope. I don't want to do fire. I just don't. I'm not interested in doing fire. So let's put the kibosh on that idea. I'm just interested in doing some little drawing. And you know, if I could turn back time, like Cher says, I might have just started this over, but ain't nobody got time for that. Not starting these over. This is like a fly by the seat of your pants, you know? We're not starting nothing over. What's up with that? No starting stuff over. Hope is... I'm just going in. We don't need a plan. We can just move forward with whatever ideas that just come to your hand, right? And to your pen. And I'm using this one today. This is a Sakura Permapaque. And sometimes it's just really fun to use a fat marker. You know? Like, who needs precision? Sometimes you just want to have some fun. And not get all, you know, tightly wound on stuff. And today I'm just not having a tightly wound day. We're just going for it. And decorating our letters and our composition here. Because I don't have to go with my first idea. I don't have to go with my second idea. I can go with any idea that just sort of pops up, you know? And I just really felt like drawing flowers because flowers are a comfort draw for me, and I just felt like drawing some flowers today. I'm going to draw more flowers later if you want to join me for my Procreate live stream at 12:30. I'm doing a page in my upcoming book, Night Garden Fairy Cats, and it's so funny. I've been doing one page a day for, you know, almost all of October, and then I thought I had 20 sketches. And I might, but I have to check and see. The point is, I didn't have them all, or I ran out of new compositions to do of the ones that I had already put into Procreate. And I didn't think to go back to my folder in my photos and see if there was more compositions to do. So I just started drawing one in Procreate, doing a sketch. Because the way it works is I have little compositions on little sticky notes, and then I take a picture of them and bring them into Procreate, and then I ink them in Procreate from these little tiny mini sketches. So I ran out of the ones that I had brought into Procreate, and I just started drawing a new composition. And it's taken me a few days because I've had stuff going on, so I haven't been able to spend my usual hour plus on that stream for the past couple of days, and I've been working on the same one this will be the third day, but I'm going to finish it today because it's almost done. It's very close to done. I had to hang it up yesterday. I had to hang it up because I had to leave. We had to go to the rally. Hope is slowly extinguished and quickly revived. Slowly. We're gonna run out of room. Oh well. Not run out of room. We're just gonna have to jam it. We're jamming. We are jamming today, like Bob Marley. We are jamming. I'm gonna do that. Yep. Yep. I think I can say for sure we've run out of room. We ran out of room, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to turn you a little bit like that. There we go. That's better. All right. I'm going to turn you a little more like that. How's that? Quickly revived. Are we going to have any room to write our name? Yes. Of course we will. We make it work. Right? Always. You can always make it work. And what you think is a mistake, that person looking at it did not know. They didn't know. And they'll never know. Because it's not a mistake. Just change your perspective and you're good. How's that for a pep talk? Okay, we're gonna put her name here. I'm just turning you because this is how I'm writing it. Oh wait, do I want to do like that? Yeah, I want to do like that. I'm telling you, this phone holder is so awesome. Because I can just like really get in there, you know? I can turn it with so much ease, so it's cool. All right. Let's put a daisy here. Okay, that's good. How do you like my paper? Pretty nice, huh? Kind of messy. I'm going kind of all over the place, so I'm just going to put you like here. And we're just going to go in, okay? And I think today's motto is sometimes the best plan is no plan. Because we didn't have no plan. Well, no, that's not true. I had a plan. I didn't follow my plan. I did not follow my plan. And that's cool. I didn't really want to follow my plan. And if there's one thing that's true, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. You know? If it's just not resonating, I'm not going to force it. Did you hear that? That was like some big truck or something just went by. Okay, I like this. Now we can just add some more little flowers, I think. A little down here. Do another one of these over here. Different direction. Probably a little better, right? I think that's a little better for you because I don't want any of my stuff getting cut off while you're watching. That's not fun. let me tell you what I did with these pens. So they got really dried out. I've used many of them, and you know, you get a lot of pens, or you use a lot of pens, you use enough pens and they dry out on you after, like, obviously after years of use, and you get tired of like recycling them, and we're trying to. I have a huge bunch of pens that are just like waiting for one of those big pen bags that you can buy to recycle. But what I've started doing is refilling my pens whenever I can. So these, I have some ink here, and I pulled out, not with my hands obviously, but I pulled out the little bullet tip, and this has a syringe, and this is full of ink. I think I used Sumi ink for this, and I filled it, and then you just like leave it to get juicy, and then you have a new pen. It's great. I highly recommend it. If you want a video showing how I do it, let me know. So far so good. No complaints. No clogging as of yet. So pretty happy with it. It's not the same ink, obviously, because you're putting in your own ink of whatever ink you use, and I think that does make a difference because some inks clog. But you know, I have not thus far, and I'm not saying I won't, but I have not thus far since I've done this. I think I did this about a month ago. I have not had trouble with this ink. I have not had trouble with this ink using it to refill pens. So I've used it in these two, and I've used it in my other Pentel pocket brush pen, and I tried to refill a Bravo Pilot. If you know the secret, please let me know, because I haven't been successful at refilling these pens, and I really want to learn how. I'm not done looking. I looked on YouTube. I didn't find a method, so I tried my own. I took off the top. The top you can get off. And then I tried the syringe, but it didn't work. So I'm still looking for a way to refill these. So let me know if you come across anything. All right. Here we are for the day. So Hope is Slowly Extinguished and Quickly Revived by Sophia Lee, Gothic writer of the book Recess, 1785. That might actually be something nice that I could put here, but I didn't have room, which is too bad, because I like to add those details in. You know, less Googling later, for anybody who's wondering where that quote came from. I hope you have an awesome day. So I'm just going to put this down here so we have a good visual for my screen grab for this one, and I'm just going to go like that, like that, and have a sip of my coffee. If you don't use a frother for your, whatever you put in your coffee, I use half and half, just regular half and half, organic, not Trader Joe's, although Trader Joe's is good. Whole Foods, usually, because that's just what's convenient. Those little frothers are awesome. I have a little cup that heats it as it froths it, and it's so awesome, and it's so delightful in your coffee. So, highly recommend it. Hey, have an awesome day. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be doing another woman author of Gothic and/or horror and or terror of the 18th and 19th century. So I hope you have an awesome day, and I will be back at 12:30 to do some Procreate inking of my upcoming coloring and creativity book, Night Guard and Fairy Cats. So have an awesome day, and I will see you soon, I hope. All right, take care. Bye.